Hello, my name is Pelle, and in this video I will try to explain how I built my maze game for the second assignment. So yeah, my name is Pelle, and my student number is 2011-33-88. And for this game I included three things. First was iStream, Conio H, which makes these get functions work, and then a standard library. First I made a player, which I gave an integer. It's called main health, to control how much health my player would have. And then I make a few. Then I say that the player X and Y position should be 1 and 1 on my map, and I have some strings for like game over and you won that I will use later. And then I have defined some of my symbols that I'm using for different kinds of my enemies and finish game and my player and the starting position in the game. Okay. So this character W is what I'm using for the win symbol. You need to hit that to win the game, and its position is 8 down of the Y position, the Y axis, and 8 down on the X axis as well. And you can see that if I open the game, this W down here will be positioned in 8.8. Okay. Then I have a character that's called action and a character called indicator. And then I'm making my enemies. I'm telling that my enemies should have an icon, damage, X position and Y position. And these I can call for later when I'm using my enemies. So, first of all, what comes up on the screen when you start up is this choose your difficulty, and this was made like this. I have making a function called difficulty selection, and in this function I say that if this is actually something that I use when you've already finished or you haven't completed the game and you're starting over. You need this not to exit the program. So I'm just saying that it should display this choose your difficulty, easy, medium, hard, enter your difficulty, and then the difficulty selection is something that the computer will read from your keyboard. And in this case they will go to 1, 2 or 3, which will give you some health from what I defined before up here in my player. It will give me either 10, 5 or 1 health. Yeah, and if I press N up here, it will just run this return 0 afterwards, and you will go out of the program. Okay, so then I started to build the maze down here, and I have a constant character with a width of 10 and 10, and you can see that there's like 10 on this side of the x-axis and 10 down, and my winning symbol is okay. This is actually how I build it. I'm calling these symbols 219, and as you can see in my game, if we start it up, these are these white spaces, and 176 is my starting position. You can see this gray area, and all these different symbols, they have a number that correspond to them. But some of them I'm just calling in my code. Okay, so here's what happens each time I update my map. First of all, I'm telling it that these icons, I mean my enemy icons, what they are, and this is the position that the enemy should be in always. Yeah. Okay. This is actually how the maze is built up in the program. It's pretty much saying that if the I, which is the x-axis, and the U, which is the y-axis, if it's yeah, it's basically saying that it should add 1 until it's 10 right here. Yeah, let's say, and here I'm setting my current map to be my map 1 at the same time. I need that for later. Yeah, and here I'm just telling that my Y and X position of my player should be my player, and this is the enemy, the first enemy. It's Y and X position, and the icon of it, it should be in the current map here every time I update it, and it's the same for enemy 2 and enemy 3, and the W for win the game. And you can see here that I used structs for these 3, and I didn't do that for the win game in the player. And this is why there's these small dots here. Yeah, I think we already ran over that. So here I'm defining my controls. Yeah, and this has to be after the map definition. This is what will come up to the window when I'm actually starting the game. You'll see that there will be some small explanations to each of the different symbols, so you can see in the maze. Just a second, I'll show you. Down here you'll see that you need to get to the W, and where you're starting, where you will win, and you as a figure, and what damage the different enemies on the map does. So for example, my health is now 10, and if I walk into this symbol, which is right here, which is an enemy, I will lose 2 health and I will go back to the start. Yeah. And when I'm making my actions, I'm telling the program to pretty much update it as we go on. Instead of each time I run the program, there should like be a new square further down here. It will just run the same one again. And, yeah. So that's pretty smart.